Welcome back to the National Defense. It's Randy Miller. And how many push-ups have you done today? That's going to be the question you're going to ask yourself all day long. What a story we have for you right now. A Marine Corps veteran known for hiking across America to help his fellow veterans has his sights set on breaking the world record for the most push-ups in a 12-hour period to pay tribute to America's Purple Heart heroes. The National Purple Heart Honor Mission has announced that veterans advocate, author, and motivational speaker TShane Johnson will train to break the record, completing an astonishing 19,000-plus push-ups on Veterans Day. And TShane joins us here in the National Defense. TShane, how are you?
Hey, sir, I'm great. Living the dream all day, every day. When you say it out loud, though, 19,000, it makes me second guess the world.
I mean, seriously, we did some calculations, and, only 12 hours in a day, right? So that's 720 minutes, 19,000 push-ups. You're doing about 26 push-ups every single minute.
You got it. You're about spot on. I like to do it at about 27 because I'd like to blow it out at about 20,000. But yeah, you're spot on.
Well, now, this record has stood for about 30 years, right?
It has, yeah. Patty Doyle had held the record back on May 1st of 1989. So I was 9 years old when that record was broken.
Oh, wow.
And it's a completely interesting, I was having a conversation last night about it, and it's kind of funny when you think about it. Back then, you didn't have access to full-blown video or social media or media in that sense as much. It was just done at a Holiday Inn hotel in the UK. And, so to be able to actually justify whether the record or who was counting or what was happening, is interesting. So this time, when you do it for Guinness, you have a 12-hour video feed that literally someone has to go through a couple of counters to count through all of that. It's a process. Plus, tying it to this amazing event, in addition to it, it's definitely something a feat to be. I guess that's the reason why it's held for 31 years.
Wow. So, what was the motivation behind this for you?
Well, over the course of the last 5 years, I've ran across America, ran ultra marathons. Normally what I'm known for is I'll start from one coast. I'll run 22 miles a day, every single day, raising awareness for the 22 veterans a day that commit suicide.
Sure.
And then I'll run, ultras and marathons, in conjunction with it, and obviously partner with organizations that support that community and try to be a big advocate. For me, myself, as being a veteran, I went through, PTSD issues. I was homeless for about 2 years. Died early on in my life, while I was in the military. Quite a few struggles that I endured, but I was also able to come out of that and write some best-selling book companies. So I showed that, throughout life, perseverance is really the key. We just keep pushing forward, which is the foundation of what the Marine Corps taught me. And I noticed that, we really needed to kind of take that lead from the front type personality versus the sit back and watch or swing from a swivel chair and make decisions. So when we started to do that, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, of course, with the pandemic, it makes it more challenging to be able to run across the country and set up events. And then I set a world record last year for the fastest 1 mile carrying a 100-pound pack in the middle of a 1,600-mile run with 100 pounds down the East Coast. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it was the first time ever attempted and completed it. It was 15 minutes was the record, and I did it in 13. I think it was like 13.5 in front of about 18,000 people in the middle of a halftime football game at Old Dominion University in Virginia.
Oh wow!
So we had been wanting to, I've been training for this push-up record for the last, year and a half.
I was just going to ask you about that. How do you train for something like that?
Well, it's every day. I mean, I run a multi-million-dollar company. We have employees. I mean, I'm up every morning at 4:30. I have to do 750 to 1,000 in the morning. I work my days right now. In the industry I'm probably pulling a good 16-hour day, and then when I'm done, I'm doing another 750 to 1,000. And then on Sundays, I do 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour timed events where I try to keep up the endurance for the 12-hour portion.
So wait, let me just see if I get this straight. We're talking to TShane Johnson here in the National Defense. So you wake up in the morning, you do 1,000 push-ups.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Well, I've just had my first cup of coffee, so I'm just trying to get all of this in perspective. Well, let's talk about this National Purple Heart Honor Mission. How did you select them as the beneficiary? And then we'll also tell folks how they can participate as well.
Absolutely. So Tom Basili is a personal friend of mine. We connected. We talked about. We were actually working in a different capacity, and I was telling him a lot about my run. We started to look over, the things I've done over the last couple of years, and I knew I wanted to break this record, but I just didn't really know who or what to tie it to. And we started talking about, his organization, the National Purple Heart Honor Mission, and just what it stands for. And when you think about now and these push-ups and the amount of pain and struggle you go through, it's just a small fraction of what the Purple Heart recipients go through and sacrifice. So I think it's a good synergy as far as perseverance and tried and true, to show no matter what we're going through, we can push through, because these guys are the epitome of that. I mean, guys and gals, it's just amazing. Some of them make the ultimate sacrifice, which is unfortunate, but they do it so that we can sacrifice, their free will so we can have our freedom. So it just seemed to go really, really well. We were all on the same personality sync, and we just knew that it would be a great thing for us to do.
Yeah, and when you do this event on Veterans Day, people can get involved at pushupsforpurplehearts.org, right? In terms of doing a 1 minute push-ups.
That's correct. Yeah, they're more than likely or more than welcome to jump in and do the push-ups with me. For some reason, it doesn't seem like everybody wants to get up and do 1,000, so I'm okay with that. You can just do 1 minute push-up competitions, and of course, share on Instagram and Facebook, push-ups for Purple Hearts on the hashtags, and just get involved and help. Help, if anything, motivate me to make sure we break this goal.
Yeah, and we can see you then do these push-ups for the entire day.
That's correct. Yes, sir. So right now we're working on making sure that the event is live, where people have full access to be able to watch me go through a tremendous amount of pain for 12 hours. So you're more than welcome to sit back on the couch and eat some snacks and watch that if you want.
So TShane, what is your family situation like? Are you married? Do you have kids? And what do they think about this?
I do. I have a 5-year-old daughter. I have a fiance. I guess they're kind of used to it. They know that,
right.
When you get out of the Marine Corps, you come from such a high level of challenges all the time. And when you get to the civilian world, I think the biggest part of transition is not necessarily being able to do the things like get a job and get on with your career. It's really being able to chase that high that you had at 18 years old.
Sure.
You jump out of planes or you accomplish things that most can't. So, I'd love to say that this is a selfless thing. It's probably a little more of a selfish thing. To where I can accomplish those goals. So they're well aware. My daughter actually does the push-ups with me. She loves it. She gets on my back. She helps me, with the weighted stuff. I mean, we train with PE. She's in kindergarten right now, so that's part of our PE training in the afternoons. We take a little break and we do our push-ups. So they're very supportive. I'm very fortunate.
I imagine your daughter, when people say, "What does your dad do?" She says, "Well, he does push-ups." That's what he does. That's what my dad does. Boy, it's funny you say that. She meant that. She said that to her teacher, I think, on the did she?
Zoom meeting the other day. Was it? Yeah.
But what a great lesson that you're teaching her and teaching all of us through this, because not only are you, physically these physically demanding situations, but you're doing it for the greatest reasons of all, and especially with these Purple Heart recipients. I can't think of a better cause to support than this. And once again, if you go to pushupsforpurplehearts.org, that's where you can participate and see if we can raise some money for a great organization. And TShane, you kind of touched on it before. You're a motivational speaker. I imagine that your speeches are incredible. How can people get in touch with you if they want to, have you come in and whip their companies in shape?
Yeah, well, they don't have to do push-ups, but they're more than welcome to listen to the speeches. But TShaneInspires.com, and then, of course, all my hashtag handles are TShane. So anything on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, you can find me there.
Well, man, listen, best of luck. I'd love to talk to you again after Veterans Day to see once you break the record and see how you're feeling.
Well, I'd be glad to have a chat with you, and I really appreciate you taking the time to allow me the opportunity to talk to your listeners today and to you to raise awareness for this great organization. Well,
man, great luck, and thank you so much for the time. We really appreciate it.
You got it, Mr. Randy. Thank you.
We'll be right back here on the National Defense.